Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again. Here we are with another edition of Inside the Headset, Week 6, Game 7. I'm with the head coach, Blackman Blaze. Last Friday night, I had an opportunity to come out here and watch a great football game, great football atmosphere. Independence Eagles got that win. Quickly, just run a little bit through that. What happened Friday night?
Our kids played really well, obviously. They scored 41 points in the first half. I think they had 20-something, 30 yards, something like that at halftime. So it was a dominant performance by our kids. Very proud of the way they played, and just got to build on them. I mean, you're talking about an Independence team that has 3 Division I SEC commitments. So it's going to take our best effort, and I thought our kids got after it and physically dominated the game last week.
6-0, Coach. Things should start. You know, you're having a good season and everything, but right now, what do you work on here at Blackman? I would imagine, and I was thinking as I was driving over here, the little things like, you know, from the time you were at the Jamboree to now, I'm sure that, you know, it was what we needed to work on then is so much different now. How's that going with the?
It's going good. You just got to refine things. You got to work on yourself, getting better each week, and you know, it's the same thing I say pretty much every week, but it's about Blackman. It's not about who we play, and it's about just getting better and executing each play, taking one play at a time, trying to get rid of any kind of mental mistakes that you may have, staying focused for an entire practice, an entire game, and that's what we're really working hard on right now. Is I can't stand mental mistakes. You know, physical mistakes are going to happen. I mean, it happens on Sundays, and them guys can play millions of dollars, but the mental mistakes are the things we have to alleviate, and that's what we work hard in practice doing.
Is that just jumping off sides or lining up or just executing a play that you've executed hundreds and hundreds of times?
It's all those things. It's alignment. It's going the right direction when you're not involved in the play maybe. It's not jumping off sides, obviously. It's finishing a block off correctly. It's getting your body in the right position instead of being wrong. It's all those things.
Right now, I'm sure that since you're this far in the season, most coaches at where you are, you have to start scouting yourself. Talk a little bit to the fans about, you know, turning the video back up against yourself to make sure, you know, some plays you know, but talk a little bit about scouting yourself.
We do that every week, and it's just a look at what you're calling, what formations you're using, and seeing what other teams see. You know, you're trying to figure out what your tendencies are all the time, and I mean, everybody has tendencies. I mean, we're going to run our best plays at the most important moments of the game. Every team's going to do that. If you don't do that, then you're not very good. I mean,
you're not a very good coach.
You better have something.
You
better have something you hang your hat on, and we do those things. But at the same time, you want to make sure when you self-scout that you're not giving away certain things that you do just based on alignment. You know, so we do a lot of that. But we do a lot of evaluating of players. You know, what happens when you're winning football games? If you're not careful, is you think everything's fine.
Okay.
And then you really overanalyze when you lose a football game. And that's not the way it is. You really have to analyze just as hard when you're winning as if you're losing. And because you want to make sure the mistakes you're making, you're not overlooking just because you were successful. Maybe you missed 3 blocks, but yet you gained 50. Or the running back made a great play probably. Or maybe you slanted the wrong direction on defense, or you fit in correctly, but somebody made a play anyway. So you want to make sure that when you're winning football games that you're analyzing your play just as hard as you do when you lose a game.
I talked to Coach McDaniels about this, and I'll let you have the opportunity to kind of comment. Everybody, it happens to every coach from some time or another. You got some kids being recruited, and how do you handle it? I know how you handle it. I've been with you a long time, but talk to a little bit to the fans about how the recruiting has changed, and it's a known fact, it's public information. Your quarterback got an offer this week, and I'll let you talk a little bit about it and I'll let you take it.
Well, obviously we send tons of videos out, and that's and you do that through a program called Puddle in high school football, where we can send out to 400 schools at one time if we choose to. Now, we don't do that because every kid can't play in the SEC. So obviously they don't want you to send video of a kid that they know can't play in the SEC. But what we try to do is each week we get the kids to go in and highlight some plays which they played good, made plays, whatever the case may be, and then we'll send those out to the appropriate levels of colleges. And so it's a different game than it used to be. It's not the VCRs and one play at a time, hit and start and stop and things we used to do a long time ago when I was at Smyrna. We don't have to do those things now. It's much easier to do now. Yes, our quarterback's been offered. Actually got an offer from Auburn, I guess, on Tuesday. Got an offer from Nebraska today. Been offered by a bunch of schools. Antonio Allen's been offered by a bunch of schools. Got a lot of interest in a lot of our players. Obviously, we got a bunch of good football players.
Yeah, or you wouldn't be 6-0. I mean, come on.
So, but most of a lot of our kids are juniors. Some of our seniors are being recruited anywhere from NAIA schools up to Division 1A schools, obviously, with Antonio. But what we do is we don't focus on those things.
No.
We're going to work hard as coaches to make sure our kids' videos are in the right hands. We always have done that. We're always going to do that. We're going to work really hard for our kids. The video is the video. We can't change the mind of a college coach either they like them or they don't. No one's going to work harder on those things than we do as a staff. But the bottom line is we focus on Blackman High School football. All that stuff is what happens when you have good players. But we're not going to focus on it. And our kids aren't going to focus on that, even though it's important to them. They're not going to focus on those things. We're going to focus on winning Friday night, taking one step at a time, and when the season is over,
we'll work on it.
Then we'll
talk about it.
We'll talk about it more and spend time doing it. Right now, our kids understand that we have something special going. And we ain't getting caught up in college football. We're worried about high school football. And sometimes I have to step in as a coach when it comes to dealing with those college people to tell them, no, my kid ain't going to call you at 5 o'clock today so you can wish him good luck. He's not going to do that. He's concentrating on our football game in 2 hours. And I don't mind being that guy.
You don't call their quarterback.
Exactly. I told the coach that, I guess, on Tuesday. When, he'd ask about, could he talk to somebody on Friday? Could I have him call him? And on a Friday, I said, absolutely not. I said, are you going to take my call right before kickoff on Saturday? And the answer to that is no, of course. I said, you got to look at it the same way I'm looking at it. We're going to work really hard. We're going to. I've been blessed to have good relationships with a lot of college coaches, and I'm honest with them. We're going to focus on.
It don't hurt for them to ask though, because they never know what they might get. So if they get it upside,
we're going to focus on Blackman High School. We're going to work really hard for our kids to get an opportunity to the next level. But we're not going to work so hard that we take away the focus of what's important right now. High school football is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They never get it back. I want to make sure I'm doing everything I can so they can make the most of that opportunity they have here at Blackman.
Tomorrow night, the final B was painted short ago, just at the regular season, but it is senior night, and some guys will be thanking mom and dad for a lot of washing of jerseys and grass being drug in the house, and late night meals and awkward schedules. But tomorrow night is senior night at Laverne High School, so we'll talk about Stanley Stevens and tomorrow night's game.
Absolutely, it'll be a big night for us. We only have 4 home games in the regular season, and tomorrow night's number 4 for us, and so it's always special, and it'll be special for me. I have my daughter, my last one, my youngest one is a senior manager, and she's been doing it for 18 years, or 17 years. She's 17, but.
Before there was a gator.
Exactly. So, it's a special night for mamas and daddies. It's a special night for players, even though it's not we know it's just game 7. So, it's not quite maybe as emotional as it could be some other times.
If it's 10, yeah.
But so we know we got plenty more games to play. We know we're guaranteed 3 more, and plus at least 1 playoff game, and we know we're guaranteed of that, I think, at this point. So tomorrow night, it's just going to be a night where we simply celebrate what our seniors have done to this point and remain focused on what's important, which is a 7 o'clock kickoff against Laverne High School.
Well, let's wrap it up, and y'all come out right here at the Inferno tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Laverne Wolverines and Blackman Blaze. It's senior night here at the Inferno.